AMAROO Star goes forward for Lucy Fiore. They're ready to run. Stand by, gates are back, they're off and they're racing. Bubbles in Rio bounce first. Speed coming from Lucky I Am. AMAROO Star, also Ray's Source driving through to be prominent ahead of Overdrive. A length and a half, Aphrodite Magic, El Foxy being followed then by Bazisto deeper out. Then came Amali Me and Magali Magic, and last of all hit the sesh. And so at the 600 they travel. Lucky I Am leads the way narrowly from Bubbles in Rio, who worked across from its outside gate. Sitting there deep, couldn't quite get into the field. AMAROO Star, Overdrive fourth the rail. It'll get the cutaway soon after, straightening back in the middle. Ray's Source and then Bazisto tracking three deep. There followed back on the rails Amali Me. Aphrodite Magic heads the remainder by the 275. AMAROO Star given its head, races up to Lucky I Am and goes to the lead. Goes to the front by about 3/4. Lucky I Am comes back tooth and nail. AMAROO Star's been off the track. Still in front though from Lucky I Am, and it'll be too strong. The favourite AMAROO Star beat Lucky I Am. Third might be Bubbles in Rio from Magali Magic, charging to the line after being right back there. And Aphrodite Magic not far from them. A nice return after such a long break. Amali Me Overdrive next home. In front of those pulling up, hit the sesh. A gap behind those, El Foxy. Bazisto tramp wide, and weakening to run last is Ray's Source. AMAROO Star number 1, written by Lucy Fiore, takes out the key clean handicap from Lucky I Am. Fine win here by AMAROO Star. Went up to 60 kilos today. Couldn't quite get into the field, so had to sit there working three deep near the speed, and eventually was able to shake off a determined Lucky I Am. And third, Bubbles in Rio, and a good effort by Magali Magic, who got right back and finished off the race particularly well. But this session's 3-year-old AMAROO Star for Richard Farris, D.H. Deeks. The owner's posts his second win from 6. Prepared by Simon Miller and Lucy Fiore in the saddle. A little too good, the favourite, jumping 240 over Lucky I Am by Universal Ruler from Lucky Raw, Jim Taylor, Jason Brown, and third placing 210 Bubbles in Rio by I'm All the Talk, and out of Rio Fly, trained by Dave Harrison, ridden by Joe as a party. 58.61 they carved out for the 1,000, half a length 1 1/4. The margins 1:12.10.6. The placings here after the 5th. Overdrive with every chance in behind them, but just whacked away. I thought that the progressive filly Magali Magic might be one to keep following, finding the 1,000 maybe on the short side, and back in the field with the conditions today. She certainly hit the line well, because they ran home in 34.48. Next event, race 6, we get to the halfway stage, the hump of the meeting. The Ascend Trophies handicap, it's over 1,600 metres. There are no changes. Lockie Taylor had a little spring in his step with about 200 to go, but has gone down here. Lucky I Am at the hands of the favourite, who was very, very good in victory as well.
No, Darren, AMAROO Star looked home and hosed a long way out. I think he's a class galloper. On the rise, he's slowly but surely putting it all together. As Kelly Kinnamont joins you now. Kel, AMAROO Star, I know Simon was somewhat surprised it took him so long to win a race for the first time, but he's made it back-to-back wins now.
Yeah, very good. I thought he pre-parade was quite good. He was a little bit calmer than possibly last start. Good in the run, you know, a bit more versatile. And Lucy sort of had to pop off heels a little bit early, but then just put him into the race as well, and it was a nice win in the end.
That's his 4th start now, this preparation. How's he handling things behind the scenes?
Yeah, really great. He's such a great track worker. He's quite more tractable at home than he is probably race day, but he was really great today.
He looks destined to be a Saturday horse in the making. Do you suspect that's where he goes now?
Yeah, I hope so. What distance, whether he gets out any further, we'll leave that up to Luce and Simon.
6 Inch Heels, she was a horse that we didn't touch upon earlier this afternoon. How'd she come through that dominant maiden victory?
Oh yeah, really great. She's not a very heavy filly. She's quite light, but she's got a great attitude to life and racing, and she really enjoys it. And I forgot all about her, didn't I?
You certainly did. You hopefully haven't neglected her. Well done here.
Thanks, Laura.
There's Kelly Kinnamont after the win of AMAROO Star. He makes it back-to-back wins, and Scotty had to do it the hard way here today. Obviously, the race didn't exactly play out the way that you and I were expecting, but to the horse's credit, and as Kelly touched upon, he had to do it a different way this afternoon, and I feel like that might be the most positive thing for AMAROO Star and his connections.
Yeah, and I think when you watch the replay and even the horses in the run on Lockie and even in the mounting yard afterwards or just outside the mounting yard, I'm not sure it was Sean O'Donnell's plan to sit in the breeze. I think Racehorse actually just took him for a bit of a ride there, so he was bolting from start to finish. So I think Lucy probably would have found that spot to the outside of the leader where she initially wanted to be, but Racehorse threw a little bit of a spanner in the works there for the rest of those. So he had to do it the tough way under the 60, but he was very strong late and through the line. He was holding Lucky I Am to the finish, and a horse that definitely is still improving run to run. Today, he had to do it a little bit tougher with a bit more weight. He looks like he does probably now need to test the waters at a Saturday level, whether it's 1,000 or 12, we'll ask Lucy, but for now, we'll ask the same stock standard question. Is he getting better run to run?
Yeah, he definitely is. Like, that was a really tough win. I jumped super and I thought, all right, I'll lead this, and then everyone kicked up underneath me. And I just thought, I don't want to kick him to get in because we've just, every race we've done so much work to get him to settle. So I'll have to cop our medicine, stay where we are. I wasn't too worried when I was 3 deep because every time, roll into it a bit earlier and he had a bit of weight. So I thought, we'll get going now. And yeah, he didn't stop.
Horse on your inside, put up a nice fight, but it looked like in the last 50 metres he was actually starting to extend away again.
Yeah, I didn't have to get into him too much, so I'm sure if I hit him a bit more, there would be a bit more there, but I thought, you've done it tough enough.
Kelly wanted us to ask you, 1,000 metres or try 12 if he goes to a Saturday?
I'd hate to say try 12 and then he over races, but he's getting better every start, so maybe an 11, go in between.
Well, Luce, well answered.
Thank you.
There's Lucy FIORE combining with Simon Miller once again. They're a combination on fire in recent months. This time it's AMAROO Star taking out the Key Clean handicap. On the other side of the break in the replay, we'll be catching up with the boys over east for episode 4 of Wednesdays in the West.